Welcome back to rTech. Today we're going to review the JANBOTEK car ionizer and car charger. I was sent this by JANBOTEK for review, and as always, most of this packaging for these small tiny gadgets these days are all eco-friendly. So there's nothing much on the outside. It's a plain box with a little bit of stickering outside, and that's it. So let me just open the box, and as soon as you open it, you see that you have a little manual. It's just a 2-page manual. In the manual, of course, there are some specs, but a lot of typos. So before we proceed, so why do we need a car ionizer? Essentially, this is a car ionizer. It's not an air purifier, but then it does work towards filtering the air. So cars do have air filters, right? They do. So car filters do a good job. Most of them are HEPA compliant. However, there are dust particles and other pollutants that do enter the car. And the best way to keep them out is by using an additional filter, such as an ionizer, right? So what an ionizer essentially does is that it does not filter out any kind of particles. It basically negatively charges some of the pollutant particles, making them heavier. Look at this diagram, for instance. It kind of gives you an overview of how an ionizer works. So it makes the polluting particles heavy, and because of that, there's a little bit of more mass on these particular particles, and they kind of settle down, which later can be cleaned with the usual cleaning methods by vacuuming or wiping. So that's how they actually work, right? So they don't have any kind of a filter or mechanism to stop the dust from flowing inside the car. So going back to the packaging, so it's a nice gesture of them. They've really taken some good amount of time to kind of give you a good customer experience. So the first thing I saw was this lovely little card they have. You know, they're just trying to thank you for buying the product, and they're just like ready to help you if there's any problem right away. So that's something you see in this box. And this is of course sold on Amazon. I'll leave a link, so if you want to buy it, you can just have a look. Let's open the product, and notice there's no plastics anywhere. It's just plain old cardboard. So there it is. That's the JANBOTEK ionizer. Now the finish itself is solid. I mean, it just matches some of these dashboard materials you see on these newer cars these days, and it just looks like that. Feels pretty solid. And this has got a 2-port USB charger, which means it's about 3.1 amp, not a lot, but I think it's split between 2 amps on one socket and 1 amp on the other one. I'm going to remove the stickering, and that's so nice. That finish is awesome. So hidden behind this is another secret which this device has. We'll come to that shortly. And this beautiful finish, it just looks like that piano black finish which you get on some of the dashboards to go well with that. And look at the labeling, it's so subtle. There's JANBOTEK is mentioned, but it's very, very lightly printed. Makes it look very, very professional. Just can't wait to plug this in though. So at the back there are some labels which talk about how much of ions these things throw out, and all these are ROHS certified, and you know, nothing to worry about plugging it into your regular car's cigarette socket. Okay, so I'm at the car rear seat, and obviously just wanted to show you how well it sits from a different perspective. Most usually people plug it in the front of the car, so I just wanted to see how it look in the back of the car. So I happen to have a socket at the back, which is very differently placed as compared to most cars. So yeah, so do you see that LED which lit up there? So yes, this is a 3-in-1 device. It's got an ionizer, it's got a car mobile charger, as well as a battery voltage indicator. How good is that? So that's 3 different things in one little device like this. So I'll just turn off the lights, and you can see that it's actually showing me the voltage that the battery is holding right now. It's about 12.5 volts when the car is switched off. So really cool to see that it's got this subtle LED display. It's not bright again. They made sure that it doesn't affect your car's looks. Now let me go to the front just to show you how it is. I'm already using something in my socket, so I've used a splitter to kind of plug this extra device. So I'm just going to plug it in and place it just near my gear lever. Okay, there it is. It's so beautiful. Look at that. I have an all-black dashboard unit, and it goes so beautifully with the car. You just need to find a suitable place to keep this though. But once you do, I think you're going to be really happy the way it looks. It's classic. And I love that red display, which is very, very subtle. It's not bright, so it doesn't affect your views on the car's buttons or your driving. Really nice. Just wanted to say that if you are actually a daily commuter, or if you're driving in a lot of polluted areas, apart from your car purifier, which is mandatory to get it replaced every time you service your car, because that's the best thing to do these days, I would also recommend to go for one of these devices. They may not be as effective as a normal air purifier, but they do kind of tend to help you along the way clean up the air and better the quality of air you're breathing. So that's my short review on the JANBOTEK Air Ionizer device for your car. I hope you liked this video. In case you did, please do subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell icon so that you see what comes next sooner than anybody else. I will see you on the next one. Thank you so much for watching. And yes, of course, it comes in white. So thank you so much for watching. See you guys.